Alright, so what is going on, everybody? It's Motivational Malik, and we're back at it again with another video. And today I really want to talk to you guys about self-awareness. And with self-awareness, what I mean by that is honestly understanding where you're at in life, whether that's personally, professionally, whatever that may be. I want you guys to know where you're at so you're able to self-reflect. And there's this thing called emotional intelligence, right? What that is really is being able to understand where you're at and where others are at. So you need to be able to understand yourself and be able to read the situation, because the higher level of emotional intelligence that you have, the better you're going to be, and the better you're able to self-reflect, and you're able, the higher, in a sense, the higher emotional intelligence that you have, you're able to take your mind and your body to step out of the scenario and be able to look from the outside in. Because it's extremely important, whether that's personally or professionally or whatever it may be, it's extremely important to be able to assess the situation, especially when it's at hand. Like, you never know, like, oh, like somebody might have this point of view and you might not be thinking that way, but you need to train your mind and you need to train your body in order to get to thinking like that all the time, to understand, okay, I know this person's point of view, I know that person's point of view, I know my person's point of view. So you need to be able to understand other people's feelings and their situations and where they come from. Because a lot of people, what they tend to do is they listen to respond and not to understand. And because of that, you need to be able to really gauge the scenario, because some people are just closed-minded and it sucks. But that's why you need to have a high level of self-awareness, because you're able to push yourself and like mentally and physically and be able to read the situation and assess the situation. Because you're, one, not only will you get farther in life like that, but two, you'll be able to have better experiences, be able to understand the situation, and you're like, oh, I've been through this, I know what's going to happen, let's do A, B, and C instead of C, D, and E, you know what I mean? So it's just more of like a being able to understand experiences and scenarios, and you're slowly getting better at it. I'm not saying overnight you need to understand emotional intelligence and you need to be able to really assess the situation, but over time, think about it. You know, when you're in a tough situation, be able to think outside of the box instead of inside the box. Think outside of the box, think about others, think about what their point of view is. Be open-minded, be able to push yourself mentally and physically and spiritually, and get to where you want to be. Because self-awareness is very important in life, and I try to be mostly self-aware in every single situation, but it's tough, you know. When you have your mindset on something and then you want to be able to change it, it's tough. But that's why I told myself that I believe in, when I want to change my mind, if you provide me with whatever the reason is that you want to change my mind with, and you provide me with a backup like A, B, and C, this is the reason why I want to change your mind, then I'm like, okay, cool, give me some time to think about it. I'm not a instant like, okay, cool, gratification, where I'm just changing my mind like this. I want to be able to think about it, collab about it, sit down, let my mind like come at ease, and really think about it before I can actually change my mind. And that's normal. I mean, some people will be like, okay, A, B, and C, okay, you've changed my mind, let's do it. Me, on the other hand, it's you need to provide me with A, B, and C, give me a day or two or a week, whatever, and I'll change my mind about it. But I'm not instantly. And everybody, to each their own, of course. So you need to keep that in mind. Everybody has different traits, personalities, whatever it may be. But that's why you need to be more self-aware in yourself, and be able to be self-aware to others around you. So just keep that in mind as you guys progress and as you guys go on with your lives. Because we're all still learning, we always got to stay open-minded, because you never know what somebody might be able to teach you, whether they're 40 or 12. We can all learn from one another, and you have to be open-minded. It's a must. You have to be open-minded in order to go far and go places in your life. You can't be closed-minded. So that's it. Just feel free to like, comment, subscribe, shout me out, and we're done for the video today. Peace out, guys.